What's Hillary like? I hear she's a sweetheart.
Really? That's
Obviously, I'm being...
She's very cynical and jaded.
Tell me what you mean by cynical and jaded.
Very practiced, very choreographed, not genuine. Almost an android.
What do you mean by that?
Like, can you imagine talking with her about, like, human pain and, like, stuff that you're going through?
Why do you think that is?
Her thirst for power. Her pursuit of power was her raison d'etre. Like, it's the thing that animated her soul. That's why Bernie Sanders caught fire. Because at least he was real. Like, I hate that communist socialist.
For years, Hillary Clinton was sold as America's inevitable president. But Patrick Bet David rips that myth to pieces. Her real skill wasn't power. It was losing. She lost to Obama. She collapsed against Trump. She alienated the very voters she claimed to represent. Bet David doesn't just roast her. He dissects her legacy, showing how arrogance, entitlement, and endless excuses turned the chosen one into a political cautionary tale.
Bill Clinton officiated your wedding with Huma, your wife, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. So you've been very close, and your wife, is it still wife or is it ex-wife? I think it's separated since 2017, right?
We're separated. We co-parent Jordan, but we're separated. Okay.
And, you know, she was a right-hand person to Hillary Clinton in 2016 while the scandal was taking place.
For years before that, she was with Hillary for, she's 20 years.
And the whole thing with the life insurance, you know, the email, 650,000, the one folder with the word life insurance and the files that are in there. So the next thing that people said, you got to ask him is the following. So, you know, Rob, if you can pull up this story, I'm like, I'm not going to buy into this one. Well, 9 out of 12 cops, NYPD, who saw the email and saw what was in that laptop, you know, committed suicide. And it was, you know, 7 of them since June, and it was the most ever that this took place.
Hillary has been in politics so long she feels like a monument, except instead of inspiring awe, she makes people roll their eyes. Patrick Bet David tears a legacy apart like a failed business pitch, exposing cracks, bad investments, and a fraudulent brand. The pitch? That she was destined to lead. The reality? The only thing she shattered was her reputation. Again and again.
Been publicly humiliated because everybody thought within 30 days the war is going to be done and Putin's going to get what he wants, and that's not been the case.
Yes, you're right.
So it's a bit of a black eye in front of not black guy. It's a little bit of a black eye.
Nothing wrong with
in
black
front of his
guys,
audience of what happened, and it's to the point right now where Hillary Clinton chimes in, and this is what she said. She admits she would nominate Trump for Nobel Peace Prize.
Whoa,
if he helps end the war in Ukraine.
Hillary Clinton
admits. Is this it, Rob?
Does she say that?
Let's see it.
It's a deep
if
fake?
President Trump were the architect of that, I'd nominate him for a Nobel Peace.
If you're enjoying this breakdown, hit subscribe and tap the bell icon. Because Hillary's career is a masterclass in how proximity to power isn't the same as knowing how to use it. She rode Bill Clinton's coattails into the Senate, then tried to leapfrog into the presidency. Twice. Both times she blew it. First to Obama, a rookie senator. Then to Trump, a candidate the media mocked as unelectable.
I have 10 people that at one point in my life were best friends. And prior to meeting me, they had never done cocaine before. These 10 people, 10 out of 10, eventually became cocaine addicts and killed themselves, simply by association with me. I probably have some bad influence on these people. This lady named Hillary Clinton, one too many of her best friends or close friends have committed suicide in the random ways. She is not the most trusted person, even by the left. She was supposed to be president.
Despite all her consultants, donors, and decades of experience, she still couldn't seal the deal. Bet David compares it to losing to a rookie, and then to the guy everyone laughed at. That's career suicide. Supporters call it bad luck. Bet David calls it what it is: failure to connect with people. Hillary Clinton is a definition of a corporate politician. Polished outside, empty inside.
Hillary like? I hear she's a sweetheart.
Really? That's
Obviously, I'm being...
She's very cynical and jaded.
Tell me what you mean by cynical and jaded.
Very practiced, very choreographed, not genuine. Almost an android.
What do you mean by that?
Like, can you imagine talking with her about, like, human pain and, like, stuff that you're going through?
Why do you think that is?
Her thirst for power. Her pursuit of power was her raison d'etre. Like, it's the thing that animated her soul. That's why Bernie Sanders caught fire. Because at least he was real. Like, I hate that communist socialist.
Bet David draws the perfect analogy. Hillary is like a CEO who can't inspire their own team. She had money, infrastructure, and elite endorsements. Yet every time she stepped up to bat, she struck out. Why? Because voters didn't trust her. Not Republicans, not independents, not even a chunk of her own party.
Benghazi story that they were doing with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Benghazi,
Yeah.
emails.
Yeah.
Couldn't that be a very similar situation?
I don't know
why.
why. Don't deflect. Stay on this
I'm
topic
not deflecting,
here.
but I'm saying
Stay on this. She's a criminal.
She's
and
a
that's
criminal.
validated.
Yeah.
People around her commit suicides too often.
Way too often.
And by the way, she's one of the most feared people in politics. Not him. People love Bill Clinton.
And why would they? This is the same politician who called half the country deplorables, then acted shocked when those voters turned her campaign into a punchline. She claimed to fight for the common person while cashing checks from Wall Street bankers and foreign donors. Her resume? Decades of speeches, zero landmark achievements. She was present, not impactful.
That Epstein victims identified due by August 19th, demanding full, complete, unredacted Epstein files with victims identified redacted by August 19th. Clinton's deposition is scheduled on October 14th. Hillary Clinton's October 9th, Comey 7th, Mueller 2nd, Barr is the 18th of August, Alberto's 26th, Sessions. So this is going to happen the next few weeks.
And look who's first.
Tom,
Slick Willie.
No, William.
Bill. Slick Willie.
No. William Barr is first, August 18th.
Oh, meaning Gates one. Oh, I thought you meant the list. Yeah.
No. Who on this list do Clintons worry about? Because you got to know, Clintons are going to call everybody, and there's going to be a conference call today if it hasn't already happened.
They're talking right now.
Which of them do you think they feared?
Then came her tenure as Secretary of State, billed as her redemption arc. Instead, it became a highlight reel of disasters, Libya, Benghazi, and that infamous email server scandal. By 2016, her brand was so toxic that the DNC had to tilt the primary to keep Bernie Sanders from overtaking her. Yet even with every advantage, she limped into the general election and lost.
No. But if 74, whatever the number is, if 50 people around you, if 10 people around you keep committing suicides, I'm a little bit concerned. I watched this documentary. 400 people that this nurse was looking at, they made a documentary, whatever they call this guy. The movie came out, The Good Nurse. 400 people died because they're taking a drug. This guy eventually went to jail. The difference between her is she controls all these political organizations, so she's not going to.
And when she did lose, out came the excuses. Sexism, Russia, James Comey. But Bet David calls it straight. She didn't lose because she's a woman. She lost because she's Hillary. Leadership isn't about gender. It's about results. And Hillary's results, 2008 and 2016, spoke loud and clear. She promised inevitability, but delivered irrelevance.
The story I want to start off with is the subpoena story that was just dropped. If you don't mind pulling that up, I don't even know if we have that story because it just happened right now. House panel subpoenas Clinton's and other ex-officials in Epstein probe, seeks files from the DOJ. This happened, just look what time it is right now, 11:01 this morning. If we can read this article, the House Oversight Committee issued subpoenas Tuesday to a slew of former Attorney General and FBI directors, Clintons, for their testimony case involving sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The subpoena seeking depositions from former Justice Department officials were issued after Republicans and Democrats on a House Oversight Subcommittee approved measures to authorize the demands last month as part of an effort for Congress to obtain more information about Epstein.
Even Bill Clinton, once her greatest asset, became a liability. Scandals and decades of baggage dragged her down. By 2016, the Clinton name didn't inspire power. It reeked of corruption and exhaustion. Yet Hillary still can't let go, popping up on interviews and panels like an unwanted sequel. She keeps insisting she was robbed. Bet David laughs. Winners find a way. Losers find excuses.
Why won't she just go away? I am sick and what is her point of, like, who wants to hear what Hillary Clinton has to say about anything? Nobody cares about you. Anything that wants, if we want to talk about Russia and Putin, how about you being the problem? Because people are still talking about it today, 7 years later. Everything was Russia for the entire presidency. So I can care less what she's saying.
And when excuses fail, Hillary tries rewriting history, casted herself as a victim of misinformation and interference. But no amount of spin erases the fact that voters didn't like her. Bet David compares it to relaunching a failed app under a new name, hoping people forget it bombed. But the market spoke. Twice.
Love Hillary Clinton. I'm obsessed with her. She is so evil. She is so unbelievably evil. She is my favorite supervillain. She's like Thanos in the Avengers. Like, this is why I love Hillary Clinton so much, because she is just so fundamentally evil. And what you have to understand about a supervillain that is as fundamentally evil as Hillary Clinton is, that there is not a word that comes out of her mouth that does not have a political motive behind.
Bet David frames it perfectly. Hillary Clinton is the ultimate case study in political arrogance. She believed money, connections, and pedigree guaranteed success. But like business, politics is about value, and she offered none. She thought she could buy shame or spin her way to the presidency. History proved otherwise.
I am not going to be
Oh, I didn't know that. Even back then, one person brought the flag. Interesting. Hillary looks very uncomfortable. The head bobbing. Listen, say what you want about Hillary Clinton. Very attractive lady. Just,
In the end, Hillary's legacy is losing. Losing when she had every advantage. Losing when the finish line was within reach. Bet David shows how her empire of inevitability collapsed into a house of cards, exposing the arrogance of system that protected her. She wanted to be remembered as a trailblazer. Instead, she became the most overhyped, under-delivering politician in modern history, a walking warning sign that entitlement is not a strategy.